Welcome everybody to Cars and Company. I know it's been a little bit since we've done a recording. We've all had some busy lives going on, but we have finally got a chance to get everybody back together. So we figured we'd just get a little podcast going. So kind of just seeing where this night takes us. Nothing really too scheduled, too planned out. So hope you guys enjoy. So boys, what we got to talk about first?
Deadpool movie go crazy.
Yeah,
Deadpool movie did go crazy. We all went and watched it. I know Ian, he lives down in Arizona, separate from us. So you went and watched it with your girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of it? Out of 10?
I I'm gonna give it like an 8 out of 10.
That's valid. Cam, what about you?
Uh, as someone that knows the comics, that was a pretty cool movie to see. So
Yeah,
I give it like 8.5, 9 probably.
that's valid. I never watched the comics, but I understood a lot of the references.
You
I-
never
I-
watched the
I-
comics?
Or sorry, never read the comics. My bad. Uh, I'd give it a solid 8.5, 9. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, all the references were great, and obviously it's a Deadpool movie, so the humor was great. Um, Overall, I really liked it. I thought they did a really good job.
Favorite
I-
favorite cameo? Favorite cameo?
Favorite cameo? Oh, it's really hard to beat the Chris Evans as. I actually don't remember his name in Fantastic
Johnny
Four.
Blaze.
Thank you, Johnny. I really liked that cameo. I thought it was funny. Everybody thought it was going to be Captain America, and it was just flame on.
Yeah, that one was cool. Gambit was sick.
Gambit was so funny. Oh, I loved that.
Yeah, seeing Gambit in live action was really cool. I hope
Yeah.
that actually gets something. Blade was
Blade was
awesome,
great. He and
amazing.
Blade was great.
Elektra, that was okay.
Yeah.
The comic book accurate Wolverine suit
Oh, that was
That-
so funny, dude.
of
Yeah.
my dream, dude.
It's so funny. Him being like 4 foot nothing was
Oh,
also really funny.
I was talking about the
No, I
suit.
know you're talking about the suit, but
Yes, comic book
Him-
accurate. I love how you're laughing, but he's only like 2 inches shorter than you.
whoa, whoa, whoa. That was uncalled for. I caught a stray there. What the hell?
In the comics, he's 5'3", canonically.
Okay, that's at least 4 inches shorter than me. All right, chill out.
It's not
Alright.
that much.
So,
I mean, that's a lot. That's like
Four inches is like
What do
too
you
much,
need?
bro. 4 inches is
that's
like
more
too
than
much.
you need.
Yeah. Motion of the ocean, right?
so what was y'all's favorite song from the soundtrack?
Oh, yeesh. I'm struggling to remember the soundtrack.
I like that they put The Greatest Showman in there. That one was funny.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
I will say the initial fight scene with the bye 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 in the background.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that
With
was
Wolverine's
crazy
skeleton
opener.
was so funny.
Yeah. That was
Um,
good. I don't know. There's some good songs in there, but in all honesty, I think if Wolverine wasn't in this movie, it would be a lot weaker.
I agree.
I
The
agree.
fact that they got Wolverine was
It kind of sucked,
fantastic.
but Wolverine,
Definitely made the movie.
which is funny because it just further proves the point that Wolverine is the anchor character of that universe.
Seriously.
Even in his own movie, Wolverine was the saving factor.
Exactly.
It was good. It just wasn't nothing will compare to the first scene of the first movie on the bridge. That
Yeah.
whole scene with the 9 bullets and everything. Like one of the coolest.
Oh, that was one of the coolest scenes in Marvel history, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was really good. So, but I like the ending, like the big fight with all the Deadpools. That was really cool.
Oh, that was good.
Go through
Little
the
Miss
box.
Mary Poppins. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
Mary
that was
Poppins.
funny. Dude,
I
all I
follow
could
her.
think, it just made me,
The fact
think
that
of my
Ryan
dog
Reynolds-
because my dog looks crusty as hell like that.
The fact that he
Yeah.
walked the red carpet with that dog is wild.
I follow that dog.
dude. He has a TikTok.
The dog has a TikTok. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But anyways, that was the movie was good. I enjoyed it.
I had a good time.
Would
Wish you
you
would've been
would
there,
you go
Ian,
and
when we
watch it
saw it.
again though?
Yes.
I absolutely would.
Watch it in theater again?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Would you?
I don't know if I would. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair.
Why not?
I might just because it's such a long movie and I low key forgot some of it.
Yeah.
But also, like, I don't watch that many movies like over again in
Really?
theaters. Yeah.
I'm a huge movie guy. That's my thing, dude. I fucking love movies. Sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't swear that much.
I'm not one to like go back and like watch movies all the time because oftentimes if I watch them like too close together, I'm like, okay, well I just saw this.
Yeah.
I have
The
to have a
only
little gap, but
That's fair.
this I will say I watched shout out Eric Voss at New Rockstars. I watched his hour and 15 long minute video of all the Easter eggs in that movie.
Oh
and
yeah.
breaking. Yeah, that was really cool. Just like
I didn't watch that.
you should. It was good.
Good.
But
The only
yeah,
movie I've ever watched in theaters multiple times was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, we watched that. What, 3 times, 4 times?
I think so. Yeah.
Like
I think it was 3. Maybe we were gonna do the 4th, but we didn't, or something like that. It was such a good movie, though. Oh my god!
It still is.
It still is such a good movie. I'm so hyped for the 3rd. I wish they didn't wait so long, because I know it was supposed to be released like March of this year. But then like all the strikes happened in Hollywood, so everything got delayed. And so now they don't even have a release date scheduled. They're hoping sometime 2025, but I think my guess is it's probably going to be sometime 2026.
I'm thinking
We'll
like
see.
March 26 probably.
Yeah. That would make sense, based off of, I think, maybe not, maybe the first one I think might have come out in like October, November. I can't remember though.
The first one was like December released.
Was it? I don't remember. My memory's not that good.
The second one wasn't March. Huh?
I said my
What'd you
memory's
say?
not that good.
Oh, I thought you said the first one's not that good, and I was
Oh, no. The first one was
realistic.
amazing. First one was so good.
Yeah.
I will say I liked the soundtrack of the second one better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah, I really did.
Soundtrack of the second Spider-Man?
Yeah, the soundtrack of the second Spider-Man Spider-Verse movie I liked better than the first Spider-Verse movie.
Is that the one with that Metro did like everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
Metro Boomin
I agree
did
with Zach on that.
No.
Metro Boomin went nuts on the second soundtrack.
Nope.
You liked the one with Post Malone more?
It just fit better. I think they
Really?
tried when they try to like put like big artists on like soundtracks, a lot of the times it just like ends up being the artist making a soundtrack and then them like kind of seeing where they might be able to fit it. Whereas if you put that was nuts.
That was a crazy goal.
When you put someone in charge of making the soundtrack like that's made movie soundtracks, it goes a little different.
That
Whereas
is true.
It just fit more, but like because I think some of the best highlights from that soundtrack of the second movie were the ones that Metro didn't do, like
Really?
the themes, like the Spot theme and then Miguel's theme, like
Spot
those
theme, Miguel's theme. were
Yeah,
nuts.
those themes are
I
like
remember hearing that in theaters and just being like, dang.
Yeah, and so I think when I understand, like, I'm not saying the songs were good. I think the songs are really good, but I think the second movie, when it comes to soundtracks, I think the first movie did it better, like for the movie, if that
That's
makes
fair.
sense.
That's fair.
Alright, so moving away from like the Marvel movies, since we've all been in the theaters quite recently, what is a movie that you guys like saw during previews that you guys are hyped for to come out?
Gladiator 2.
Oh, Gladiator 2, yes.
I never watched the first one, but
No way.
So good.
Dude, there's so many movies, Cam, that you need to watch.
Yeah, I can say the same for you. But
yeah, I know. We're
into different genres of movies.
Yeah.
You're more sorry, I totally stole that from you.
That's all
right. You're more into like the action movies, and I'm more into like the indie art movies.
That's fair. So, which you would really like The Secret Life of Walter Mitty because of that.
Oh yeah, I know. It's one of the
cinematography on that movie is some of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a good movie. But yeah, I think the Gladiator 2 looks good.
Gladiator 2 definitely looks good. I'm trying to think of the other previews I saw.
A movie that's in theaters right now that I really want to go see is Long Legs.
I've heard that's good. I've heard that's good.
Yeah, it's Nick Cage.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Have either of you guys seen Twisters yet?
No, I've been meaning to watch that too. I'm just broke.
If you feel it, face it.
This Ducati's about to drain my bank account.
Nah, you're good. You have money.
Yeah, it really is just. It is taking about half of my bank account, but still.
Worth it.
It's worth it indeed. Worth it indeed. Cam, what are you doing tomorrow?
What am I doing tomorrow? I work. It's Friday.
Until when?
I work until 5:30.
Okay. I'm going to pick up the bike at 4:30, but after that, I'm going to help Malone but work on the Camaro if you want to come over and help. Yeah.
He posted something on his Instagram.
Yeah.
He's like,
I didn't get to look at it.
Uh-huh.
I said, watch the replay.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, he posted something and the post made it sound like he'd finished. And I was like, I know damn well you have not finished.
No, he's still got a good bit to go. There's not a whole lot, all things considered. The main thing, like, honestly, the thing that's going to take the longest, I think, is the wire harness. Tying that into his, chassis harness.
Does he have to do a custom?
He bought, he's using from what I understand, from what he's told me, I could be wrong on this, but I think he's using the stock LS wire harness, but he bought a standalone ECU.
I see.
So I think the hard part, which isn't necessarily that difficult, but the hard part is going to be tying that wire harness into his chassis harness.
Yeah.
Which really isn't going to be that difficult. It's just a matter of finding the correct wire diagram for his car and the correct wire diagram for the new harness and making sure everything splices together nice. I think he's hiding the ECU under his wheel well, I think, or maybe he was talking about in front of the passenger seat. I'm not entirely sure. But I told him I'd help him out with it tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah.
Long Legs looks good.
Long Legs does look good. I've heard it's good. I haven't heard if it's necessarily incredibly scary for a horror movie, but I've heard it's just a good movie in general.
I've heard it's creepy.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
like not the type of like scary like jump scare,
But like more
but
like a thriller type.
yeah, like almost like a um like a what's the word I'm looking for? Thriller.
Yeah.
So like a psychological thriller,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah. I
Uh,
have it.
it's A24. I heard it's very like hereditary-ish, like
Really?
hereditary. Yeah, I mean it's A24, so it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that does make sense.
Which love A24. Anything that they
Yeah,
do is
they make some great movies.
I have I wanna work for A24 one day.
Really?
Whether it'd be like directing or screenwriting or something.
That'd be sick.
I think it'd be
That would be
fun.
sick. I really like cinematography. I wish I was creative enough for it, but I know I'm not.
Yeah.
Um, on a separate note, we were talking about music a minute ago with like the Metro soundtrack and stuff. You hear Kanye is supposedly heavy on the supposedly releasing Vultures 2 on I think the 14th.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. Kanye's track record on releasing things when he says is not the greatest.
Yeah, well, just releasing things in general.
That's real.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it regardless whenever it comes out, if it comes out.
Yeah.
I'll be excited for it. Ian, where did you go? Why are you not in our game anymore?
I went back to the lobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll leave.
Just in case anybody that is watching is curious, we are playing Rocket League in the
Yep,
background.
Rocket League, yes.
So if you ever hear something that's just totally out of context, probably the game.
Probably involving that.
Oh no.
But yeah.
I'm excited for that new Post Malone album. That's gonna be good.
Oh my goodness, yes. He posted a thing on I think TikTok or maybe it was Instagram of
TikTok.
the like closer song called Yours about his daughter like getting married and stuff. So good, and the 3 songs that have come out with I think Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, and Blake Shelton. Those were already so good. I'm really excited for the album. I think it comes out the 16th or 17th.
I am not at all a fan of this country phase that Posty is doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Can't relate.
I also cannot relate. I'm all for it. I'm a huge Post Malone fan, and I also love country music. So it's like the fact that he's doing both. I mean, he started off as country music because he's from Texas. I really like the stuff so far. So, what about it don't you like, Ian? I'm just curious.
I'm not a fan of like the newer country songs that people are releasing, so that's probably it.
That's fair. Like you don't really mess with like Morgan Wallen and all them very much.
I mean, I like Morgan, but I would not
Yeah.
pay to go and see him.
Really?
is-
Okay. I get it.
I'm a fan of his
100%
older,
go see
of
Morgan
like
Wallen.
his older albums and songs, but his new shit is just, I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, I've noticed just knowing you tend to err more towards the old school country music
I like
side
old
versus
school
the newer.
country and more like folk country music.
Yeah.
That's what I tend to listen to the most.
I like it too.
But
I also like the new stuff too.
like this new pop country isn't my
I don't.
favorite.
I'm not I mean, it depends on the song for me.
I'll listen to it for sure, but Yeah, definitely not my go-to.
Like Beyonce's country music. Don't even get me started on that, dude. I
That
hate that.
There's
doesn't
some
count.
people that definitely shouldn't be in the country music scene,
Yeah,
and then
Beyonce is one of them.
there's others that are okay in it, but not amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite country artist, Ian?
Ooh, um, probably at the moment, Coulter Wall.
Ooh, Coulter Wall is good.
He's probably one of the only, or I shouldn't say
Like
that.
new. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a new country artist, but like he
He's definitely
makes
newer.
he's newer compared to a lot of the older artists in his like style.
Yeah. There's there's not like there's very few people that can
Do that.
do
Do that kind of
country
old
music
school
like he
style.
does.
Yeah.
I put 3 rounds in the cake, my cannon.
What about you, Kim? I don't really know if you listen to a lot of country music, do you?
Coulter Wall, Tyler Childers, those are pretty good ones. I like Childers a lot just because I like just kind of his sort of like older folky.
Yeah. Is it Childers or Childers? I thought it was Childers.
Childers.
It's Childers.
I like Childers.
Oh, shit.
Um,
I got a friend going to that because he's coming to Bend like next, not like this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. I think it's the 10th or something, and I got a friend going to that.
I like this kid named Jesse Wells,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know if he's technically country. He has like a very like country like but Bob Dylan vibe. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
But he's really good. I like the stuff that he does. I follow him on TikTok. I have for a while.
Yeah.
Back to Tyler Childers. I almost got a tattoo of his song lyrics on me.
Really? What song lyrics?
I'll love you till my heart. Yeah, that one.
Wow.
I'm blanking so hard on it right now. But
I ain't lying.
Designed a tattoo on it. And then I showed it to some chick that we used to go to college with, and she ended up getting it, and I did not.
No way. What?
That's
Wait. What is the
like,
first?
sure.
What is you can name drop the first name because no one's gonna know, but I'll know.
I don't think you will. Her name was America.
Really? No, I remember you talking about that girl.
I
remember you talking about that
her
girl.
so hard because no one else has that name. But don't care.
A Marvel character.
I do remember you talking about her. Because you met her after I left WC, right?
I met her before, but
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't really start hanging out with her until after or something like that. I don't remember exactly. That was a long time ago.
Yes, that was 2 years ago now.
2 years ago, something like that.
I'm gonna find a photo of the tattoo and throw it up on my camera real quick.
You designed it, and she got the exact tattoo you designed?
Yep.
Damn, that's so tough. Kind of hot, but tough.
No,
sir.
Not at all. That's so annoying.
So this was the original.
Oh yeah.
Skeleton hand holding some daisies, and then I made that one, and then I made this one, and it has roses and tulips on it instead.
Oh,
because
nice.
Those are my mom's favorite flowers.
W.
I was gonna get that one, and then she ended up getting the one with daisies on it.
Damn.
And I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
And now I've completely moved away from that like patchwork style tattoo.
Yeah.
And I've moved into the concept style, which is what I have now.
I've been really contemplating getting the forearm sleeves that I've been wanting. Um, the hard part is like because I was originally waiting because I didn't know if like I was just worried because I'm only 20. I didn't want to like get something and then have to worry about like, oh, if my forearms get bigger, smaller, like regardless, I was like didn't want it to like look weird. Um, but I've been heavily contemplating lately. Oh my goodness, because I don't think my forearms are gonna change in size very much, and I have the money for it. It's just a tough thing to pull the trigger on because they're gonna be so expensive.
Yeah. Tattoos are expensive, but
yeah, dude. My little sister got a tattoo the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I told you that, Ian.
I saw it.
Oh yeah, she
What does
posted
it
it on
say?
Instagram.
Wow.
It says "Just enjoy."
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, she's getting another one on Monday or something. But yeah, I'm the only sibling without a tattoo now, so
Man, brother.
Gotta get one, bro.
I know.
Ouch.
But yeah. Excuse me. I've been thinking about getting some sort of like Ducati tattoo. I know that sounds a little bit corny, but
I think that's
I've been debating it.
tacky, I'm not gonna lie.
I know
Don't get a brand
But-
on you.
You will end up regretting
But,
getting a brand on
Don't
you.
ever put a brand on you.
You're probably right. I don't
The
know.
worst. That's the worst thing you can do.
I love my Ducati. I'm so excited to get my other Ducati tomorrow.
Don't be like
You
one
know
of those
what-
guys that got the Bud Light
what's
logo
crazy is
tatted.
A Bud Light logo is nuts. All right, Ducati's a little bit different than
Well,
Bud Light.
it's like what Carter has. Carter has the Twee Sun.
Yeah,
So-
him and Brendan. That's crazy.
Brendan has it too.
Yeah, they got like
it
matching
together.
tats.
It's so stupid.
Brendan's is behind his ear.
Ugh.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't realize he did all that.
Yeah. Carter's is on his arm, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carter's
it's
is on like upper bicep.
Upper. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Brendan's is behind his ear.
I'm not gonna
That's
lie,
same
Carter's
exact
placement
tattoo.
is very odd.
Yeah, it's
And
right on
whoever
the.
they went to did a really bad job.
I wouldn't say they did
Probably-
a bad job. I think they did a bad job on placement just based off of like the curve of his arm.
Well,
Um,
also the lines aren't straight, so that's one of the biggest things.
Oh, I can't remember. I didn't look at it too closely.
Straight.
It's like the sun goes up and around and then just randomly tweaks in at the wrong angle.
Mm.
And it's like, that's different for sure.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say what you should get as your So you want your Ducati, but you don't. I don't think you
necessarily.
should-
I've just been thinking
No,
about
just-
it.
Listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
I don't think you should get the logo, but I think you should get like the headlights,
Ooh, that would be sick.
like almost as like you know how like people get like snake eyes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think that would go hard.
That would be sick. The only issue is my Ducati that I had and the one I'm getting because, okay, for context, I'm buying a Ducati that is identical to my last one. Do the Panigale?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't want to do that unless I have one because the one I'm getting is just.
You're gonna have one eventually.
I know. But I don't want to get it before I have one.
Why?
I agree with Zach
I don't
with
know.
that because they'll
it doesn't
eventually
feel
release
as
a new
personal.
one,
Exactly, and like in
or
case
there'll be
I don't
another
end up getting one
brand
of
that
those.
pops up that has a different bike that Zach's gonna want more than a Pentagon.
True.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. That one's low on the list as far as like tattoo wants. Um, I definitely want to get all the other ones that I've wanted first. But we'll see. I'm a big fan of having like super meaningful tattoos. Um, so that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like, part of me wants like a bunch of tattoos, but then I'm like, well, I need them to have meaning. So then I'm like,
Exactly.
well, now I got to really like think it out, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
I know I'm going to be getting a sibling tattoo at some point with me and my siblings. I don't know when that's happening or how I want to do it, but we're going to get like the wasn't really my choice, but I'm not terribly against it. But it's the Wii remote like player icons. You know what I mean? Like how the different Wii remote players have different lights on them.
Yeah.
On the dots.
Yeah, because it's 4 siblings, including myself, and so I don't know. I don't. I'm not opposed to it. It sounds fun.
I think it's good.
So Zach, you said you have a lot of tattoo like ideas that are meaningful. You want to go through some of them?
Yeah. So the main ones that I really want are I want 2 forearm sleeves. I want one forearm to be like pine trees, like a tree line, like forests and stuff, and then I want the other forearm to be mountains with like stars above both forearms. Because I mean, I guess I can be vulnerable here. The end goal, in all honesty, is I've always had this thing. I mean, I know I'm young still, and it depends on my future wife's ideas as well. But I've always loved the idea of naming my kids like somewhat after like trees. And so I've always liked the
Pine.
Pine would be nuts. No,
Cedar.
I'm talking more like willow, juniper, stuff like that. But I've always really liked the idea of having some sort of like the tree line sleeve, and then having a very prominent, like standing out tree of each type of what my kids' names are. So like if I name my kid Juniper or Willow, have each of those types of trees on my arm. I've just always thought that's super like nice and meaningful. But again, that is very heavily dependent on what happens in the future. Who knows? But then I also would love to get John 13:7 somewhere tatted. Not super certain on where I want to get that tatted, but I definitely that's always been one of my favorite Bible verses, and so I definitely want that somewhere.
I'm gonna put you on the spot. For people that don't know and aren't very religious, what is that verse?
So John 13:7 says, you, or slightly paraphrased, depends on what translation you're reading, but it basically says, you may not understand what I'm doing now, but you will one day. That was super impactful for me in life. I had a lot of anxiety growing up. I still have a good amount of anxiety, but that has just always helped me with that. And so I've always really liked the idea of having that as a tattoo. And I just think that kind of goes along. That's one of those Bible verses that will always apply, you know? It's not necessarily a Bible verse that like, oh, it was helpful for you at one point, but then like, oh, when you finally worked on that issue or finally got past that, then it's no longer as meaningful. But like obviously it's going to be meaningful, but like John 13:7 to me is one of those Bible verses that no matter what you're going through in life can always be applicable. kind of just talking about trust the Lord and everything you do. It's not up to you; it's up to Him. So, what about you, Cam? I know you want some tats. Do you have anything specific you've been looking at or wanting to get?
I have a sketchbook with pages on pages.
Give your top 2 or 3.
One that I really want to get is I want to get all of the different flowers, like favorite flowers of like the monarchs of my family, and I want to do like roots coming up from my foot, and then like a bunch of flowers on my calf. So like each of their favorite flowers.
That'd be cool. I've thought a lot about getting like family crests, one for my dad's side and one for my mom's side on both my shoulders.
Yeah, I don't have a family crest, so I'd have to like make one.
Yeah. On my dad's side, the family crest, has an acorn on it, and then my mom's side has a lighthouse because on my mom's side we were lighthouse keepers in Italy.
Yeah. I don't got nothing like that. Another one that I want to get. I don't know. There's a bunch of like quotes and stuff that I want to get that would take a long time to talk about, but
yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of different little like things. But that's all I can think of right now.
That's fair. Ian, I know you already have one. You're the only one out of the 3 of us that have one.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I actually have it pulled up. This is what I currently have in the concept style design that I'm a fan of. I've always, ever since like probably 13, 14, I've been big into JDM cars and like the Japanese street scene over there. So I drew this up. I was going to get this on my back. Recently I've been having second thoughts about that one. So I might not. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then because of
By the way,
obviously
Ian, you gotta leave your game.
I'm not in a game.
Oh.
It kicked me from the party for some reason.
Interesting. Okay, I'll fix it.
So since obviously we grew up in the Pacific Northwest, that has a lot of meaning to me, like with the mountain thing. So moving into having a mountain inspired tattoo with the concept style, I have that one that I'm tempted to get.
Oh, I remember when you drew that one up. Yeah, that was good.
And then just other ones. I haven't drawn any out for sure yet, but I want to get one in the concept style that I have. Currently, the one that I have is about time. I want to get one about perspective.
Oh, that's good.
And then another one on like balance and strength.
Yeah.
So, kind of just the core beliefs.
Those are good.
That I like have that. And what they mean to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I know we talked about this a little bit, but the only patchwork-esque tattoo that I want is a matching tattoo with Zach.
Yes.
One that I've been like seeing recently is the paper airplane with a real airplane shadow under it.
Yes, I love that.
I want to get that. One of us get that one, and then the other get the opposite. So a real airplane with the paper airplane shadow. I think that would just
really like that as well.
Really.
So
cool.
for context, me and Ian are both in pilot school. I'm working on my commercial rating. Ian, you're working on your private.
Yep.
But yeah, I've always really liked that as well. We were talking about that was a while ago. We were talking about that.
It's been a while, but that's been in the talks.
Yeah. but I also really like that idea.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. What about for placement? I know Zach was talking about doing full sleeves. Cam, are you thinking about doing sleeves or patchwork?
I want a leg sleeve really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a vibe right there.
I want my left leg. I want my full left leg in a sleeve. I think that'd go hard. I don't know. I'm tossed because I don't I like everything and I also like hate everything and I'm a very indecisive person.
yeah.
So it's tough for me to like pick
Pick
one thing.
something. Yeah,
Yeah. But I don't know, I just spend a lot of time like drawing.
that's fair.
I have a lot of different like ideas, but I don't have anything specific. I guess I have a couple specific like placements, but these are like concepts that I don't know if I would actually do, but like I want how like a lot of people have like spider webs or whatever like on their elbows
Yeah.
on their knee. I want to do one that's like shattered glass. I thought that would look pretty
Oh,
cool.
that'd be cool.
But I like conceptually like putting that like from paper to like your actual
On
body.
your skin, yeah, it's a lot different.
That's kind of like what I was gonna do. I really, really wanted lightning. Either on
Yeah, I
my
remember we were
shoulder
talking
or
about
on
that
my
back
knee.
in college.
That is like one of the main, like, I still want it. I just don't know if I'll ever end up really getting it.
Yeah.
We'll see. But I do like the knee tattoos or spiderweb like style,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like Cam was talking about. Yeah, I think those are just awesome.
Those are really cool.
Oh, Zach, you dick.
I know I stole that. Sorry, I didn't even mean to. Yeah. Changing. Slight change of topic here. We don't have to go into this if you guys don't want to. But I'm curious because I was just thinking about this like while we were talking here. Because I know very distinctly like when I met both of you. So if we wanted to go into like the stories of how we met each other, that might be kind of cool.
I'm down. Let's take a like quick 5-minute breather just to get our bearings and our stories straight. So that we're not just lying,
rambling,
and trying to connect, like correct each other the whole time.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
So yeah, we're just gonna take a quick.
We'll be back in like 1 second for you guys. All right, welcome back. We took a short break, get some water and stuff. But where were we? We were talking about first time we all met each other. So, Ian, do you and me want to start it off? Just because out of the three of us, me and you have known each other the longest.
Yeah. You wanna go over it, or do you want me
to? I mean, we can kind of just bounce back and forth. So, me and Ian, we met in a college class. Believe it or not, while we were still in high school, we were taking some classes through our community college, and we both decided to take rock climbing because they offered that as a class at our community college. And I remember, oh man, I'm trying to remember. I remember I wasn't there for like the first 2 weeks, right? Am I right on that, Ian?
It was like the first like 3 days.
Maybe that's what it was, but like there was only classes 2 days a week, so but still, so I remember I like showed up late in like to the term considering, and everybody like had partners or something, and they told us to like partner up to do some stuff. We had to choose what kind of rock climbing we all wanted to do, and like pick that topic of rock climbing and work on that for the whole semester. And me and Ian both chose speed climbing. And we didn't know each other at all. But we both noticed, like, we was like, hey, I was like, actually, I remember vividly, he had the craziest thing. Like the thing that drew me to Ian was he had a shirt that had a car on it. And I'm like, all right, this guy he likes cars. So this is a good start. And so I was like, yo, do you want to be partners? And he was like, yeah. And so we were partners. And then, Ian, do you remember how like things got brought up about our cars? Because I remember we both drove our cars to school one day, and we shit kind of just evolved from there.
Yeah, I feel like you brought up my shirt, and then you were like, "Dog, that shirt is sick. Where did you get it?" I think I was wearing my Bronco shirt from Barrett Jackson.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, dude, I drove my project car here today. Check it out after class. And you were like, I just dropped my car off at the exhaust shop.
That's right. I just got the exhaust done on the Chevelle. That's right.
You literally dropped it off the day that we met. And then I was like, shit, all right, I'll have to see it next time. Oh, I lost my ring.
You drove your car next class, and I drove my car. And after class, we met up, and we were like, yo, these are sick. Yeah. And we kind of just clicked just like that. But I remember you invited me to go, what was it? It was something to do with your wheels, right?
I asked you to go to Beaverton with me to get tires put on my new wheels.
That's right.
For my daily.
And I was like, I'm so down. I'm so there. And then the day comes, and like, long story short, like family stuff, like my mom like desperately needed me to go do something, so I couldn't do it. But the next class, you asked me like, hey, I'm gonna paint my project car. Do you want to come over and help me? And I was like, I'm all over that. I was like, yes, dude, I'm there. And I remember like we barely knew each other. Like in all reality, we like didn't know each other. But I showed up to your house, and like we had this paint booth set up, and we sanded your Triumph for what?
We did. Like we finished the body work. Granted, I had already done 90%.
Yeah, you had done like 90% of it.
But we finished the body work to a point where I was like, all right, let's just paint it now.
Right.
Even though it wasn't perfect, but also it was a driveway paint job with rattle pans, so it didn't matter too much.
Like an easy up pop-up tent with tarps hanging over it. It was so jerry-rigged.
Sanded it down for a couple hours, and then we stripped the entire car.
Bumpers, interior.
Lights. Yeah, everything came out.
Everything.
And then we painted it, pushed it back into my garage, and then we went to your house to finish an engine swap on your sister's Bug.
On my sister's Volkswagen Beetle. God, I hate that car.
And then you had over Malone, and that's the first time I kind of like hung out with Malone again since high school. Like I knew him in high school.
Yeah, you guys knew each other in high school.
So that's the first time I met Malone again. And then I had over 2 of my buddies.
That's right. I invited them over to help.
Zach Christensen and Matt Rudy. And then we all just went over, busted out the engine swap. And then we finished that up maybe 2 in the morning, I think.
Something like that.
We finished just super late. And then after we finished the Beetle, we were like, all right, cars and coffee in the morning.
But we got to go put your Triumph back together.
Yeah, so we ended up...
And so I remember driving me and Zach Christensen over to your house. I got pulled over on the way in the Chevelle because my brake lights or my taillights weren't working. And then, I mean, he gave me a warning, but like I remember coming over to your place, and everybody left, and it was just me and you. We were putting everything together. Like, it had to have been like 3:30 at the
I
earliest by the
think
time we were done.
you left at about 3:30, and I stayed up and finished everything, and it was
Something
like
like that,
4:30 in the morning.
And then we all met up again at Cars and Coffee at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy,
dude. I remember that
crazy
was a
days.
rough morning, but it was so fun.
Yeah, because the
But
Chevelle had just gotten out of the exhaust shop.
just out of the exhaust shop, like fresh.
I think like that's one of the main reasons I was like, fuck it, I need this guy to come and help me paint this car. I want it done. He's got a cool car. I need mine.
He at least knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the rest is history. We've been hanging out,
Oh,
or we
yeah.
hung out pretty much every single day.
for that entire summer.
Yeah, and then you were actually supposed to go to university in
Washington State University in Vancouver.
and then they messed
we'd
up
already
your
been
paperwork.
Yeah, they messed up stuff, and they were like, long story short, we're sorry. You have to move out to Pullman and go to WSU Pullman campus. And I was like, I'm sorry. And they told me this a week before class started. And so I was like, I'm sorry. But they were like, yeah, some stuff got messed up. We're sorry. And I was like, well, that's not the worst thing. Ian's going to Pullman. That could be fun.
Yeah, so I had already been planning to move away. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see what happens with this friendship if it just goes down here at the end of the summer. And then Zach hit me with that news. I think I was at your house when you guys found out about that.
I think so. Yeah.
And
I think so.
I was just like, hell yes, brother.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then, yeah, I ended up going over to Pullman together.
And I was on the 11th floor, you were on the 10th floor, and I remember we tried everything to get our roommates to swap so we could be roommates, but my roommate was weird as hell, and your roommate did not want to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, we just so happened to get put into the same dorm, too, which was crazy.
Perfect.
Out of, I don't know how many dorm buildings there were, but there were a lot to, choose from.
Yeah, and it worked out perfectly that we were
just so happened to get put into the same one. Yeah. I got you, bro.
Thanks for that goal. But yeah, and then we just couldn't, you can't get this guy away from me anymore.
Yeah, ever since. And since we've been hanging out, for the better part of almost 3 years now.
Almost 3 years.
Yeah, we've been just incredibly similar with our views.
Yeah, it's nuts. It really is nuts.
Personality-wise, everything's just almost exactly the same between us.
Basically same person.
So yeah, we've just been going crazy ever since.
Oh yeah. Now, Cam, our story is a little bit shorter, just because it was very much just friends of friends type stuff.
That's literally what it was.
That's really what it was.
So
I remember because it was it Michael's going away party, right?
Going away party.
And I knew Michael. And Michael was like, I'm doing a going away party. And I was like, yo, I got a beach place we can all go to. And he's like, all right, I'll take you up on that. And so we had everybody go to the beach place, and he invited you. And I remember being at the beach, and I was like, I don't know this guy.
I technically got invited. I really wasn't supposed to be there.
I'm glad you were there, though.
I was not supposed to be there because of reasons. But yeah, I team is supposed to be there, but I came anyway.
Our whole friend group doesn't bode well with rules, so.
No.
But I remember being at the beach, we're all chilling at the on the beach, have a big bonfire going, and I remember you pulling up on the beach, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I remember like someone saying like, "Oh, that's Cameron," and I was like, "Okay, I don't know this guy," but I was like, "All right, that's fine." And I didn't really talk with you much until we got back to the shop, like to our beach place, and we were getting ready for like bed. I will literally never forget this moment because it was one of the funniest things I've ever had happen to me. Like especially when first meeting someone. But we were all in our beds, like getting ready for bed. I'm up in the loft with Malone. I can't remember if you were there, Ian. Were you there?
I was not. I was in
I didn't think you were.
still.
That's what I thought, yeah. But I was up in the loft in the hammock with probably Malone is who it was. And I remember, oh, Ian, where'd you go?
I went back to lobby.
God damn it.
We're going to finish off this segment real quick.
That's fair. And I remember Cameron, he's down on like the floor level. And I mean, it's a loft. So like, obviously the whole shop is just open. There's no walls or anything. And Cameron goes, "Yo, do you guys mind if I play some white music?"
I was upstairs.
Were you? I thought you were downstairs. Maybe you were upstairs.
I was on like the bed upstairs.
Oh, you're right. But Cameron goes, "Yo, can I play some white music?" And I was like, I don't know this guy, but I mean, shoot, whatever like helps him to sleep. I don't really care. I was like, yeah, man, go for it. And what this man plays, dead silent, like you could hear a pin drop, dead silent in this building.
I made sure everyone could hear it because I said it loud enough. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I play some white noise?" And you guys were like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you need to do, man." out of the silence, you hear,
the fucking Subway Surfer music, dead silent, out of nowhere, max volume. One of the hardest times I've ever laughed. It was so funny.
I had to make it up.
Yeah, and it at that moment instantly I'm like, okay, this guy's cool. I like this guy. We're gonna get along great. And for the rest of the weekend, we got along great. And I think the first time you two met, like, I mean, I remember hanging out with Cam a couple more times before you two met. Do you guys remember how you two met?
No, I'm pretty sure the next time we hung out, Zach.
Was it the next time?
I'm pretty sure it's the first time.
It might have been.
I ended up moving back home from college over in Pullman for the summer, and then ended up not even going back the next year.
Yeah,
but
neither of us
think
ever went back.
I think I hit up Zach and I was like, "Yo, what you doing tonight? You trying to hang?" And he was like, "Dog, I'm busy. We're having a fire at my house." And I was like, "I bet I'm pulling up."
Yeah, you just said I'm pulling up.
I kind of just invited myself over, not sure who was there. And then Cam ended up being there. We met, hung out. Everybody was just chilling,
getting along,
listening to music, just vibing.
And then everybody left, and I think it was just us three and Malone, right?
No, it was just us three. Malone left too.
Was it just? Oh yeah, Malone always goes to bed early. That checks
so
out.
It was just us three for like a couple hours, and we were just chilling, vibing, talking.
Mm-hmm.
And
we all just got along super well, and then just basically ever since, we've just been like the closest group. It's been great. I've loved it.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, I think that's all we got time for.
Yeah, that was a good segment to end on.
Yeah.
1 a.m. now? Good Lord.
Is it 1 a.m.? Oh my goodness, it is 1 a.m.
If anybody has any topics they'd like us to talk about, or just really anything you guys want us to talk about,
let us know. Happy to touch on it. Gives us an excuse to just talk. I mean, we basically do this all the time anyway, so
Yeah.
might as well talk about what you guys want to hear. So, yeah, that was a great podcast, boys. We'll do another one shortly. We won't have as long of a break this time as we did last time. I'll make sure of that. But good conversation. Had a good time. And we'll see you guys next time.
Alrighty. Peace out.
Later.